Hello, Dr. Smith.
Hello.
Very nice to have you here.
Thank
We
you.
know that recently you have been working on a project, a documentary film entitled Amor des Amours, and really would like to hear in terms of the progress where you all are at in this venture, and maybe when we could actually get to see this film being screened.
Right now, we're still filming. We have, along with my co-director, Dr. Sabrina Chenyan, in French, we are still filming, and we have to secure two roles. We're having the toughest time trying to find our main character, who's a child, who's experienced sexual abuse, child sexual abuse in the script. And we had one, we didn't have one because parents are very hesitant in allowing their children to play such a traumatic role because they have to be introduced to the subject matter of sexual abuse. The scene is very graphic, although we don't show the act, just the nature of filming such an act and talking about and trying to bring that type of experience and trauma to life is very difficult for parents to allow their children to do.
So this is the main focus of your documentary, really exposing the nature of sexual abuse?
Well, it's not just about sexual abuse, it's about child sexual abuse, it's about arranged marriages. It's 9 different scripts. Well, one script, but 9 different scripts of life, shall I say, that women deal with, and inclusive of child sexual abuse, arranged marriage, breast cancer, living with HIV/AIDS, and then dating, exploring your own sexuality, whether you want to date a woman or a man, or being a single parent, just different things, different stories that women go through. And we're just talking about their lived experiences.
Right, very nice. Looking forward to seeing that one as well, definitely.
Me too.
So we also know that you worked on the Sexual Cultures Project.
Yes.
What is the most interesting thing that really came across to you whilst working in this project, and what would you like the public to be aware of or sensitized to in terms of issues that came about from this project?
To be honest, one of the most interesting things that happened or that occurred to me was very personal. Was my own, it gave me a space to deal with my own trauma that of being abused as a child. And I think it just brought back this memory. And it was also so scary and so sudden, but actually very healing. So it's a very personal experience that I have with the Sexual Cultures Project and the implications for HIV and AIDS. One with dealing with the break the silence and child sexual abuse really introduced me to, so much so that I said, okay, I don't think I can do much work on this besides looking at the media and things like that. And then getting into the sexual cultures and desires and pleasures and how we make meanings and our behaviors and attitudes around sex, which was very different from my understanding. So going through those personal issues and dealing with that and grappling with how I negotiate my sexual self and my sexual politics, my body politics, I learned a lot. And what I would want others to do or to take away from this project is a sense of, I don't want to say acceptance, but maybe self-reflection, and to perhaps be open to learn about people's stories, about meanings, particularly with the child sexual abuse. And even when you look at the media and how children are portrayed and how sex workers are portrayed, it's just so limited and restricted in terms of a very negative portrayal. And you never really know people's story and whether and how trauma and violence enters into their world. I mean, I'm sure, even with me, people were like, "Well, you had that experience," and I was like, "Well, yes." And this was a very liberating for me to say that and to deal with that and to accept it, because I was very ashamed that those things had happened to me, not only as a child, but into my adult life. And managing that was, very emotional and then very empowering at the same time, because I got to talk to different people. People, like, for example, when we did the Break the Silence Blue Teddy bus, and we went to different locations. We went to Tri-City Mall, Price Plaza, and Tunapuna Market, and we did flash mobs, and it was fantastic. And you would see people come up and reveal and say, you know, I was abused, or I know someone that was abused, and it was taboo, and we thought it was taboo, but it's not taboo. It's very real. It's very relevant. It's happening, and people need to begin to talk about it. And I think that can begin with the proper assistance, the healing process.
Thank you very much.